Alright, what's going on, dudes, and welcome back to Minecraft. This time we'll be taking a look at one of the more significant additions in the new Snapshot, that being the Superflat world customization. So, right now we're on the regular old Create a New World screen. If we go into More World Options and select Superflat, you'll notice the new Customize button, which, if we select it, will take us to this whole new submenu, which right now is displaying the current blocks in our Superflat world settings, as well as how many layers they occupy under the height column here. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, we've got these Add, Edit, and Remove layer buttons. For the time being, those are actually grayed out. NYI, as far as I know, means not yet implemented. So hopefully in future snapshots, or hopefully the next one, those will be active, and then you'll have a GUI to create your Superflat world however you want it to be. But that doesn't mean that we can't do that yet. So if we go into the preset menu, you'll notice in addition to the classic flats arrangement, which is what it's always been, you have Tunneler's Dream, Water World, Overworld, Snowy Kingdom, Bottomless Pit, and Desert. Now if you select one of these, pay attention to the text line up at the top under Want to share your preset with someone, so on and so forth, use the box below. So if we select different worlds, you'll notice that the numbers inside that change. So that corresponds to the blocks involved. And if we break it down, I don't actually know what the 1:1, the surrounding ones do, but the text in between 7, 59 times 1, 3 times 3, those designate to the game what blocks are going to be involved in that world. So just take Classic Flat for an example. It builds from bottom to top. So 7 is the data value for bedrock, then you want 2 layers thick of 3, which is dirt. So that's telling it to put 2 layers of dirt in there, and then finish off on top of 1 layer of grass. 2 is the data value for grass. You don't have to do 1 times 2. If you just give it the data value, it'll put 1 layer in. So you'll notice the same thing when you type in all these other ones. We have bedrock, then we have 230 layers of stone, then we have 5 layers of dirt, and then we have grass, and then it finishes up. I don't know what the 1 and 3 mean on the ends, but I'm sure if you go on the wiki, it'll explain it thoroughly when it's updated. So anyway, Tunneler's Dream gives you this whole section of stone that you can use to tunnel, build underground adventure maps, so on and so forth. Waterworld allows you to be Kevin Costner, if that's what floats your boat, literally. Overworld just gives you sort of a slimmed down version of the Tunneler's Dream. Snowy Kingdom simply adds a snow layer on top of that. Bottomless Pit is identical to Classic Flat, so I don't know why they're both here. And then Desert just gives you a desert with sand and sandstone. So why don't we go ahead and generate a desert just to see how it all works. So we'll create the new world here, wait for it to load up, and then you'll sort of see it's exactly what you expect it to be. Just a bunch of sand, and then if we dig down 8 blocks deep, we'll run into sandstone, and then if we dug down a whole bunch more, we would run into the bedrock. Of course, 1 more. There we go, and that's some sandstone. Now, as I was explaining before about the text that goes into each of these presets, you can actually edit that yourself. So, say you wanted to make just some world that is just a layer of glass, nothing else, and you can see all the way up, you can see down below the glass, you just walk on basically a sheet of glass over the void. Then all you would need to do is 1:20, 20 is the data value for glass, and then :1. Once again, use preset, and then it shows you just have 1 thing of glass, and that's it. So now if we click Done and create the new world, then sure enough, we'll be walking on a transparent sheet of glass we can see down below us, and pretty simple, but it's kind of cool actually. So and then we can break the glass, and away we go into the void. And of course that'll generate off as far as you can walk. Now, just through playing around with the code a bit, I and looking up data values, I just sort of came up with a few really silly map combinations. So we got the door world, which try not to fall to the best of your ability. We've also got the extended piston world, lava sandwich world, the underground dance floor, whatever you prefer to call it, bed world. This right here is a good old portal world. And last but not least, we have super mega annoying spiderweb world. To finish things off, I wanted to show you what's probably my favorite custom Superflat world that I've made so far, but also show me putting the numbers in so I can just give an example of how you put it together. So this is going to be a pretty swell world. I'm not going to tell you what it is until we're actually in it, or you kind of interpret from the numbers I'm plugging in. So we're going to start off with, I'll start off with a layer of stone, one layer of stone at the bottom, and something you can do that's pretty cool, which is how I got the lava sandwich level, is you can put air in. So after 1, we're going to put a comma, and then we'll put like 5 layers of air in. So 5 times 0 is going to give us 5 layers of air. And then on top of that, we are going to put a layer of sand, and sand is data value 12. So now that we've typed that in, we can click Use Preset, and it'll show us our configuration visually just so we know it's correct before we spawn. Now we know it is sand, air, stone. You probably see where I'm going with this. We'll hit Done. We'll create new world, and it'll be marvelous. This is the best around, and no one's ever going to bring you down. So right now, it looks like a desert, except it's better because, well, let's do it. Here we go. This is the best, and it's a really good way to kill your frame rate at the same time, because as you go, god dang it, as you go, obviously it's expanding out in a huge square diamond shape, and so yeah, your frame rate just dies. But anyway. This is probably by God, Endermen are following me. Anyway, I think I totally just destroyed my frame rate and possibly crashed Minecraft. So that's that. You could also just put void below it if you want to go in creative and fly over the drops. Anyway, I think that's about going to do it. Hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, a like would be much appreciated. Other than that, I'll see you next time.